Alright. This is a sensitive Ask Misty for me. This Ask Misty is from someone who thinks they're fat and is having a hard time finding a boyfriend because they're fat. And they wanted to know if they should lower their standards so that they could find somebody to love. Now, there's a couple directions I could go in this. Number one, no, you should not lower your standards just to have a boyfriend. Because the reality is, why would you have a boyfriend that you don't want to be with? That doesn't make sense to me. Your standards are there for a reason. They're there to protect you. They're there to keep you safe and keep you from harm. Whatever happened to you in your past, your standards are there to protect you. Like, for example, if you've dated several guys with no job in a row, and then you're like, damn it, I'm not going to date somebody without a job ever again. That's a standard. And you put your standard in that place for a reason. I don't know what your standards are. Some people have high standards, some people have low standards. But, no, I don't think you should lower your standards just to have a boyfriend. However, I do think that some standards are stupid. Meaning, people always look at me and they're like, you're such an amazing person. Why are you single? And I say, I know, right? 2 reasons. Fat and femme. The minute a guy finds out that I do drag, he is not interested. And I think a lot of people are just not interested because of my weight. Granted, I think I'm a beautiful plus-size person. I don't think of myself as a fat person. I don't carry myself as a fat person. But I wear fat people clothes because that's the size I am. So, I can definitely relate to you on this. Now, addressing the fact that you're a chub and you can't find a date. That's a whole other Jerry Springer mama, but we'll get there. The good news for you is this. Every pot has a lid. That means every one of God's creations has somebody out there that God created for him. Meaning, if you're fat, there's going to be a chubby chaser out there. Some more good news. There's actually sites out there for heavy guys and chubby chasers. Because there really are guys out there that are chubby chasers that really just like obese guys. Now, I want you to beware. Yes, there's genuinely people that are attracted to overweight guys. And I've even had people come up and tell me secretly that they are chubby chasers, but they're embarrassed because their friends might judge them. And I'm like, why would you let your friends judge you? If you're in love with someone, that's something beautiful. You shouldn't hide that. Anyway, I do want you to beware. Because as a person that is bigger, I have also experienced the positive side of the chubby chaser and the negative side of the chubby chaser. Now, open your eyes and your heart and your mind to what I'm about to say. And protect yourself just in case this happens to you. Now, I know from experience that a lot of overweight people tend to buy friends. And it's something very commonly done. If you're out with a group of friends and you're like, oh, I'll buy your movie ticket, or I'll buy your dinner, or, you know, we kind of spend a little extra with our wallets because we want people to like us. Now, that's just something in a lot of chubby's natures. Now, I want you to be careful because there's a section of chubby chaser. I don't know how to say it. Okay, basically let me say it like this. There's tranny chasers out there that love trannies. And then there's straight guys posing as tranny chasers just because they want a tranny to suck their dick. They don't want to suck a tranny dick. They don't want to have sex with a tranny. They just want to get off at the expense of a tranny. Now, there's definitely chubby chasers like that. Now, there's 2 different types of that are users, in my opinion, of chubby chasers. One of them is gold diggers. Now, when a sugar daddy, why am I going into so many stories? But hold on. I said buckle your seatbelt. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Sugar daddies in general, in my mind, at least the sugar daddies that I've known personally, when they date, when they have boys, Their boys are usually very young. One of my sugar daddy friends, who is a very famous sugar daddy in Fort Lauderdale, everybody probably knows him, so I'm not going to say his name. But one of my sugar daddy friends usually dates guys under 21, oftentimes not even from the United States, because what he needs is codependency. He needs his boyfriend to be dependent on him for everything. For money, to sneak into bars, because if he knows the owners or whatever, or buys VIP table service or whatever. And once his boyfriend, like he had a boyfriend once for 3 or 4 years, and his boyfriend finally was like, after 4 years, was like, I want a job. And granted, he just got a part-time job. But once he got that job, he was out the door. Because the sugar daddy felt like he didn't have control over him, or he was alone in the house and didn't want to be alone. He needed that other person to be there. Now, I think that there's people out there that want a sugar daddy but are too independent. They can't have a sugar daddy because they can't stand the fact of someone else telling them what to do, when to do it, how to do it. So they go after chubs. And this is why I want you to be careful, because I just want you to know that there's a possibility that someone out there that is really attracted to chubby people is really just attracted to your wallet and the fact that you're insecure. I'm not saying all chubby people are insecure, because they're not. But they prey on your insecurity. For example, I know a very good friend of mine, who's also a drag queen, is a chubby chaser for relationships. She only dates chubby guys because she likes to cheat on them. And she dates chubby guys because they're usually so insecure that they won't leave her. They would rather stay with a cheating boyfriend than be single. And so she only dates chubby guys so that she could be the attractive one, and she could be the unfaithful one, and she could be the one that gets all the attention and sleeps with all the other people and not him. That's not fair either. So be careful of the gold-digging chubby chasers and the cheating chubby chasers. The people that just want somebody so they're not single, because that happens a lot too. So I'm not saying that all chubby chasers are abusive. I'm not saying all chubby chasers are cheaters, and I'm definitely not saying all chubby chasers are gold diggers, because I've dated some really amazing chubby chasers. But they're definitely out there. And I want you to protect yourself just in case. Open your eyes so that you know that they exist and they're out there. But that being said, I'm definitely not saying you should lower your standards, and I'm definitely not saying that it's the end of the world for you. Until you do find the person that is amazing for you, this is what I want you to do. I want you to start taking care of yourself. Because you're beautiful. You should be beautiful in your eyes, and you should be beautiful in God's eyes, and you should be beautiful in other people's eyes. And the reality is, until you love yourself, how are you going to expect someone else to love you? Whether you're fat, skinny, tall, or short, it doesn't matter. You need to love yourself before you can expect anyone else to love you. This is good advice for anyone out there trying to seek a boyfriend. A lot of times I think people try to put their security in someone else. I need a boyfriend to be happy. I need a boyfriend to be happy. I need a boyfriend to be happy. Mama, that's not true. And they've put all their focusing on getting that boyfriend, but what you really need to focus on is bettering yourself. Make sure you have a good job. Make sure you have a reliable car. Make sure you have nice clothes. Make sure you know, I'm not saying you should stop being chubby, but take care of yourself. Make sure you're clean. Make sure you know your grooming habits are taken care of. Basically what I'm saying is, especially if you're out there seeking a non-chubby chaser, you need to have something going for you. Because there are people out there that are not shallow. It's hard to believe, especially here in South Florida. A lot of it is based on looks. But once they realize you have other things going for you, that you're career driven, or that you have stability, Have you ever seen someone out there that's gorgeous and amazing or super awesome? Trust me when I say that there are a lot of people out there that are not shallow and they're not superficial. But the bottom line is, you need to have something going for you to date them. But you see this beautiful guy on the inside, and if he's depressed and moping around, and he doesn't care about his life or his job because nobody likes him, well, you know what? Nobody is going to like him because he's depressed and sad all the time. You need to take care of yourself. And the more you like yourself, the more people are going to like you, no matter what you look like. People are going to be drawn to that. You know? People are like, ew, why are you dating him? And they was like, oh my God, he's such an amazing person. So take care of you first. And once you take care of you, then I think it's okay to go look for a boyfriend. Fat people have husbands too. And fat people have wives. And fat people have boyfriends. You know? Anyways, I hope I answered your question. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.